Sean, start with you. 0 points first half, 23 the second. So the difference between the two?
Yeah, I mean, credit to them. I didn't really get a whole lot of good looks. I don't think I took that many shots in the first half. But credit to them. I mean, they played good defense. They were physical out of the gate. And then the second half, I saw first one go in, and then for shooters, that's just confidence. So I continue to shoot. So.
For this team, though, what's the difference between the first and the second half for you guys?
I wish I could say nothing, but we just more times than not we come out lackadaisical, no intensity. It's tough because it's break. We don't have many people in the stands, and but I mean we definitely got to figure that out. We'll go home, and we haven't had a true break in a while, so it'll be good to get consecutive days on top of each other to rest our bodies, and then come back and get ready for a big one in Austin.
Sean, kind of reminded what you did tonight. Kind of reminded me of the Clemson game for you as well. Mm-hmm. When you get on, do you kind of draw on those experiences? Like I've done this before. Like you have a cold half.
Yeah.
I can come back. I mean, do you kind of draw and think about that kind of stuff at all? Or?
Yeah, that's why I don't really stress about getting X amount of shots up or first half or second half. I mean, yeah, I'd like to be consistent, but I just wasn't getting a whole lot of looks in the first half, and that's what it is. And ball found my hands, and credit to my teammates finding me in good positions, of course. But yeah, I mean that's just kind of me and Taz, and we just kind of feed off each other. So.
Jalen, you talked yesterday about trying to get a little bit more aggressive. It seemed like you did. Is that fair? Did you feel you were?
I would say yeah. I was looking more to get to the basket than I probably have all season. And I was just trying to dominate, whether that be scoring the ball, rebounding the ball. I was just trying to do whatever I could, play aggressively to help my team win.
Really, for all three of you, when the offense isn't going well like it was the first half, do you sort of know because of defense we can stay close and eventually it'll come? I guess you can all three answer that.
I would say yes. I mean, we a good defensive team, so we know if we play good defense, we're going to stay in the game no matter if shots aren't going in on the offensive end.
I think that one of your strengths is attacking the basket when things are a little bit of a struggle like they are at times. Is it tough to find that balance of really pushing it to the basket, really being aggressive, to try to create something versus running what you're used to doing?
I would say no. I mean, the coaches let me play my game. And, once I come in the game, I try to get in a rhythm, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just come in the game and go full attack mode, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find shooters, get everybody involved, because I know I could penetrate most likely 9 times out of 10. So when we spread the court out, I know when to attack and when not to attack and when to find shooters.
For you, getting a couple of assists or pushing the ball at the rim, is that like for a shooter, knocking a couple down from outside, that's what gets you going?
Yeah, I mean, shit, if he can get to the rim, then that's what we want. But if, my guy helps or Jalen's guy helps or kick it out to the corner. So, I mean, obviously easy baskets we want those more than a three or whatever, but, it is what it is.
All three of you guys, Jerry Calhoun was just in there and he was saying that Hugs belongs in the Hall of Fame and he should have a statue out there and, you don't know how much longer he is. As a player playing for him, do you realize that? There's, do you know the greatness that he probably has displayed?
I would say, it kind of hit me once he became, the fourth winningest coach of all time. But, we see him every day, basically. So it's most of the time you're not even really thinking about that. But just having a legendary coach like that, I'm super happy for him that he's eligible. And it's about time that they get him in there, honestly.
Can we ask what halftime was like? I mean, we imagine what it is. What's the reality of it?
Summed up, if you don't want to play, stay in the locker room. If you want to play, come out and join us. So we had guys that figured it out, and then obviously we ended up winning by whatever it was. That was summed up into a much G-rated version.
What does the press for you guys do today? You mentioned kind of struggling with some energy at the beginning. Did the press help you guys in that regard, kind of get some of the juices flowing?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Gabe came in and forced probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 turnovers in a row. A big one there. I think we were on a little run, and then he ends up smacking the ball. Obviously, it goes off the guy's foot, and then we get another possession. I think we score again. Yeah, I mean, the press is, like Leek said, I mean, we hang our hat on the defensive end, whether shots are falling or not. You know, it's kind of our thing. It's kind of been the first 11 to 12 games. It's just sometimes when our offense isn't flowing, we end up getting stops and somehow win games, and people are like, how did they win? It's because of our defense, and then at some point we figure out our offense, and you know, it's got us to this point, but we got to figure it out going to Big 12 play for sure.
I was going to ask about the press too. The fact, I mean, Jalen probably remembers the press Virginia days from as a kid watching it. Obviously, you guys are doing it sporadically here and there. You know, maybe might even go a couple games and not even do it. The fact that you know kind of catch teams off guard. I'm wondering if it can be just as dangerous doing it like that as opposed to 40 minutes every game. The full court pressure.
Well, y'all looking at me, man. I was.
You feel like you catch teams off guard when you do it.
I mean, a lot of teams, they're not used to getting sped up, and all our press is designed to do is speed them up, make them play faster than they're comfortable playing at, and a lot of the times they turn it over and play exactly how we want them to. So it definitely catches people off guard. And growing up and watching it is a surreal feeling to be a part of it and now be Press Virginia.
Sean, you sort of talked about it. You can all answer, but need this break? Is this come at a good time for you?
Perfect time.
Definitely.
About time to go home, get our mental ready, and just, see family. Because we ain't see family in a long time. And, I think things are getting worse with COVID. So it's like, this would be a great time to see them now, like right now. Yeah, so we heading home tonight.
I am home.
Yeah, you at the crib.
Jalen, you can be able to make that 20-minute drive?
Nah, my parents are down in Florida, so I'm lonely for the holidays. Me, man. It is what it is, though.
Hey, kind of going off what Malik was saying with COVID. I mean, obviously you guys went through a lot of stuff last year with games getting canceled and COVID pauses, and this. It's always kind of starting to happen again. Obviously maybe not necessarily here, but around the country. Just thoughts on do you just kind of keep your fingers crossed that doesn't hit, or I'm sure you guys have seen what's happened around the country with other games getting canceled and stuff.
Yeah, we'll continue to do what we can. You can only control so much. But yeah, it's just pray that it can be somewhat controlled. Hopefully they don't end up shutting things down or doing anything like they did a couple years ago. Hopefully this vaccine takes care of some of the issues. But yeah, you just try to maintain it as much as you can, and hopefully we can continue to go on as normal.